sense.
Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, we got another weekly episode of the Radio Guys. We finna get going. I'm finna introduce my peoples. I got them going with me. We got Adam O. We got the Professor. We got Ross Steen. And then we got Stinkowski with the black screen right now.
Hey, there we go.
Righty. And then you got me. I'm your host, Mr. Yosemite Sam himself. Okay. Hey, today's topic today, we're going to be talking about the removal of the flags and statues and everything that's been going on since all of the Black Lives Matter movement had really picked up steam. That's how I'm gonna put it. So, so I'm gonna just jump right into it. I'm not gonna really have nothing per se to say. My take on it is everything that's going on, and you have people that's upset about the Confederate flag, and then you have other little flags, and then you have the statues and things like that they were removing in the South, and then they have some in Forest Park and things like that. Now, to me, you can remove these flags, you can remove these statues, but what is that really gonna solve? In my opinion, nothing. Because you still have to deal with the fact that history is still there. Okay? And what I mean by the history still being there with the Confederate flag and all the racism and the slaves and things like that in the South, and then the statues, because if you don't know your history, how do you know how to move forward? So
that's a good thing. That's one thing that the history thing, if you don't know how to move forward, that's a good point. And I hate to interrupt you, but if you know this, man, Jewish people teach the Holocaust so it don't repeat itself.
Right.
We don't teach nothing so it don't repeat itself, man. They teach everything other races teach it so it don't repeat itself, and we don't.
You know what? They kind of do, in a sense. The thing is, don't nobody listen.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Because they can tell you about
the Confederate flag was just some motherfucking Dukes of Hazzard. They don't even know what the fuck it means.
Right. You can tell people about Harriet Tubman leading the people to freedom from the South up north on the Underground Railroad, and some stupid motherfuckers think she actually had a train going.
Kanye!
You dig what I'm saying?
That's a Stephen move. She didn't free them. She did work for another white person.
Right. So it's like, another part of history I'm gonna bring up, and people, they kind of go back and forth with you about. And we're gonna talk about Rosa Parks. And only thing they was like, well, Rosa Parks is a part of history. Yeah, she a part of history, but all she did was sit on the bus. You dig what I'm saying? Because she didn't want to go to the back of the bus because her feet hurt. How many of us in 2020, if we tired for the most part and we don't feel like moving, somebody be like, well, you got to do X, Y, Z. What's the first thing you gonna tell them? Hey man, fuck you, get out my face. You dig what I'm saying? So the whole point of me saying something like that is, if you don't know your history, how do you know how to move forward? How do you know how to proceed and navigate around so that history don't repeat itself, or that you can help remove racism? Because truly speaking, you can never truly remove racism, but you can learn how to navigate through it, or if you see it, you know how to navigate around it. So with that being said, Mr. Professor, please give me your take on it, sir.
I hear what you're saying. to me, the removal is more. Hey, because I'm finna disagree. Because like
That's
I hear what you're
fine.
saying. Because sometimes symbolism, you know what I'm saying, is everything. You know, because waking up not having to see the statue that people know about. Yeah, because most people know the history about all the statues, the Confederate flag, the swastika, but yet they still display
No, they
it.
don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Because
no,
they
don't.
always
Because, hold on. You just
listen.
used the
Because
swastika, right? Hold on. You just used the swastika.
Yep.
Do you know the swastika was actually taken from us?
Yes, I do. No,
Most people
it
don't
wasn't.
know that, though.
No, it was taken from Buddha or Japan or something like that. It got a whole different meaning. It got a whole different meaning. It was not from America, sir. It was not from America. I looked up the swastika before.
You understand? You in America, but you not fucking American.
But guess what? That swastika didn't come from America. I know that.
I'm not talking about from us. I'm
But
talking
you
about
just said
black people. That came from us, man. You gotta do your research. Where do you think the Chinese man came from? He came from us.
Man, we ain't talking no goddamn the origin of the people. We all know where the origin of the people came from. We know where the origin came from. Nobody dispute the origin.
Hold up, time out.
Who dispute the origin? Nobody.
Time out. Hey, let him finish what he was saying, B.
Okay, I want to go next.
Oh my God! I'm talking about the origin of a goddamn flag. You talking about the origin of people?
Go ahead and finish.
What the fuck? Anyway,
it all ties into what you said. You said everybody know, and I'm just letting you know that everybody don't know.
Everybody know about the swastika. Everybody, yeah, so they do know. Because whenever they come back, they always say most of them have the same excuse. Oh, I didn't know about that. Just like the chick down in Branson who was displaying the Confederate flag, who was talking about she's gonna teach her kids how to hate black people. She had the same story like everybody else. Oh, I didn't know about that. I need to look that up some more. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
I'm not gonna say people who using it in a racist way. I'm just saying everybody in general. When you say everybody know, it's some black folks don't know about some of this stuff.
Motherfucker, this is
and
basic,
they don't know because we don't
basic American history
read.
taught in school. The Civil War was taught in school. That's one thing that's taught for sure across the board. Is the Civil motherfucking War, and they all had the same.
So you think everybody paid attention in school?
Oh, when that goddamn look now, if you want to be a dumbass on your life, that's on you.
That's why I'm going to show you that everybody don't know. Like I said, you got a lot of motherfuckers think the Confederate flag was just on the General Lee and shit.
Which was Confederate flag, which was
I'm talking about Dukes of Hazzard, man. Motherfuckers don't know.
Okay, well, everybody with goddamn common sense. How about that? How about I just say it like that then? Motherfucker with common sense, no. Which I hope is a lot more of them than the dumbasses.
I hate to be the burden, Mr. Professor, but a lot of people don't know, man. I'm just saying.
You know because you educated and you paid attention. I paid attention, but I know some motherfuckers who was in class with me that didn't pay attention on what I asked 1/3.
Because they was skipping class and shit like that, getting fucked up.
Yep, like me.
Making babies and shit.
I don't know about making babies, but I was.
Some of them were. You gotta think. You gotta think. Some of us close to 40 or 40 plus. You dig what I'm saying? And the audience that we're reaching is around our age at the same time, and some of them may be a little younger. So saying some of this stuff is kind of educating, but you got, like they say, you want to hide history, put it in the book, because what most people don't read,
especially people of color. And I hate to make everything black and white.
But that's what it is.
Everything ain't black and white, but everything ain't black and white. I'm going to say a lot of stuff is good versus evil. And that's just how I look at it. Everything, people label stuff as black and white, but everything ain't black and white, man. That's my belief, me personally.
So with that being said, what you was trying to get off your chest, let's get that off, and then we'll go back to the proposal.
He can finish, man.
He ain't gonna
God,
finish.
your ass jumped in every 32 seconds.
I go ahead there.
He ain't gonna get to finish.
Cause see, I don't believe.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't believe none of that shit make a difference. You taking down the statue and all that shit, cause you still got to deal with the people, and that's why I say that.
But
it's all about the people. I understand that some people are like fucked up by when they see it, but you just think here in St. Louis, they went up to Forest Park, wanted to face these statues and shit like that, take them down and all that shit. You had a lot of motherfuckers walk past them statues over the years, and just how fucking St. Louis was fucking the man who was from name the city or whatever. They named the city after. St. Louis Avenue, Holdermite. All these streets in the city named after slave owners. Don't nobody know though. Right. But you ride down these streets, you got motherfuckers claim these streets, die for these streets, all that shit. And now it's a big uproar because, and this is just what I believe, some white people want that shit down.
I mean, that's normally what it takes white people to lose their mind.
It ain't just them though. You dig what I'm saying?
That's them, but I'm saying it's led by them. A lot of this stuff ain't led by us.
When white people get mad, shit get done.
The Native Americans was pushing for that brains and that redskins thing and stuff like that.
But what did I just say? When white people get mad, shit get done.
Yeah.
That's where you at right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Because if that's the case, all these centuries, all these decades of rioting and marching, more would have been done. But like I say, unfortunately, it takes white people getting mad to get shit done.
Where does it stop at though? Like with these monuments and names like Redskins, and where does the ball stop rolling? Are we gonna change? Because I heard they changing Ain't Your Mama, maple syrup.
Ain't Your Mama and Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Yep. Because they already said they're not gonna call the Redskins this year if they
the
play
Washington
football.
Redskins football team.
No, it's not even that. They're gonna
the
be
Washington football team. That's it.
Team.
The Washington football team.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
They should have did the Washington Redskins or the Washington team formerly known as the Washington Redskins, like Prince did it.
They could have did the Washington Pig football like her. I mean, shit, the Washington football team just got
they stuck anyway.
Right. Now, but for real, like when I was talking about symbolism though, it matters because like I remember the old Cleveland Indians logo, the Chief Wahoo, the cartoony little Indian.
Yeah.
They had to get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? That shit was too gimmicky, too cartoony. I mean, it's so much stuff that go on that's been going on that you just be like, oh shit, I forgot about that. I wasn't even thinking nothing about that. But when you look at it in our older age, it's like that is kind of fucked up though. Because Bomani Jones had the Caucasians, and people lost their mind because he had the Caucasians T-shirt on. It looked just like Chief Wahoo, but it was a white face, and white people lost their mind. So when the tide had turned, it was unacceptable. So
I don't know. It don't matter to me. I mean, whatever people feel that make them happy. I'm not sensitive like that. Like I could care less whether they remove a statue, keep the statue up. It's not gonna change anything in my life. I'm not sensitive. Like if I pass by the Robert Lee statue and I'm gonna just break down and start crying and no, I'm not gonna do that. Whether you keep it up, you can keep it up if you want to. Take it down if you want to. I could care less. It's not going to affect anything in my life. And anybody that's affected by a fucking statue, affected by Ain't Your Mama, Uncle Ben's, I mean, you need some help.
Hey, Fort Bragg, they talking about renaming that, right? Because he fought on the Confederate side. Why not? You should have renamed it in the beginning because he was a fucking traitor.
True, but that's why I said you got to start. But you also got to start somewhere, though. I mean, it should have never happened. Like, none of this should have ever happened. You should never seen a Robert Lee statue. We should have never had all that.
If they don't really, man, what it is, man, and this is just how I feel. Some people so close-minded, they take those little things as victories. That's like when a baby cry, man. What you do when your baby cry? You give them a pacifier. And that's all the fuck they doing. They giving them a pacifier. You crying, so here, we'll give you this. We're not gonna change who we are. We'll take a statue down.
But you know why? You know why they pacify? Put little band-aids on it. Because as black people, we're happy with simple things. And anything that's given to us is seen as a victory instead of, okay, that's a small mission to move forward even more. You dig what I'm saying? It's not, they're not looking at the big picture. The whole thing is, yes, would it be ideal for all this to go away as a whole? Damn right.
And then won't some of these motherfuckers change their fucking last name? Because the majority of you motherfuckers got slave names.
They don't know that though.
James X coming next week.
You dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna read the definition of this swastika you was talking about. And it says the definition of this swastika is as a character or respectively is a geometrical figure in the ancient religious icon in the cultures of Eurasia. It is used as a symbol of divinity and spirituality in Indian religions, including Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. So, with that being said,
who you think know that? Everybody don't know that, man.
Yes,
you know it.
Though. You read.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait. See, look.
Most people, man, really only associate the swastika with Hitler, man. Real talk. And that's real talk, man.
Because he wore it.
But see, look.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The only reason why I know is because I watch a lot of karate movies. Been doing it all my life. And I was like, damn, okay. Hey, it is what it is, player. It is what it is. So I was watching, I was like, look at that shit. I was like, why they got that symbol? All right, well, let me go check this out. It caught my eye. It was like one of my favorite movies. I was like, let me go check this shit out. And there it was. I was like, oh, that's the original. That's where it came from. So like all this other stuff, I hate to say it, but white people just co-op stuff all the time. Because like that whole white power thing, that was some dumbass game kids played when we was in high school. That was some shit where you put on your body and somebody looked at it, you got to punch him.
Hey, man, it's kind of ironic that you brought that up, man, because, see, I didn't really trip off they had a little hand sign and shit right there first. You know, I really wasn't paying attention. And I do these deliveries and shit, and I be out in the country and shit like that. And it just so happened, man, last week, I don't remember, I was somewhere out far, man. And I'm sitting at the stoplight, and it's a white dude sitting like right across from me, and we like making eye contact. And I just see him throw up the goddamn symbol at me. But I'm like, at the time, it didn't register after I was driving. I was like, did that motherfucker just hit me with the white power sign?
Hey, you should have hit him with that universal symbol.
There it is.
Like hey, look. Ripping off of it at the time. That's what I'm saying. It registered
that's
a little
universal too, sir.
Yeah, it registered a little bit after the fact that I was like, did he just hit me with it? I was kind of like in disbelief.
Hey, anybody got one more thing to say because we finna get ready to wrap it up.
Yeah, I do. I know a lot of people ain't gonna agree with some stuff that was said. But for me personally, fuck y'all.
I knew it. I
don't know if everybody else noticed, but we had somebody drop off the show. I don't think they wanted the backlash, but it's all good, man. I welcome it all.
Yeah, he all right. Hey. In closing, though.
I'm just saying, don't we keep shit 100 around here?
I think we got more. Hey, we got more problems. Honestly, man, to be worrying about, we got more issues in our community than worrying about fucking flags and.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
All that bullshit, man.
But you know what though? But like I say, I also still say you got to start somewhere.
They do.
You gotta start somewhere.
That's you jumping it. Start somewhere with what? Fixing the community. How is that gonna fix the community?
Oh man, word for real.
I'm praying it all work out. That's all. I'm hoping for the best.
You have to start in your house first, man.
That's what I'm saying. The start gotta come from within.
Yep, you gotta start in your house.
And when we start within, man, all this for real, man. It look good, sound good, but it don't mean nothing, man, for real. And that's just my opinion, man.
Just think, the system is designed to keep the black father outside of the home. You know what I'm saying? If the black father can stay in the home and be a father and teach his children, learn how to be a husband, learn how to be a man, you dig what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff could change. I'm not saying it'll happen overnight, but a lot of this stuff can start changing. Until we have women that wants to have the father in their children's life, and you have to have the father that wants to be into the child's life, nothing is going to change. You dig what I'm saying? So my closing message for today is, when you love, let love love. You dig what I'm saying? And it's just real simple. So
stop being a hoe.
No comment. Hey, so we're going to end it right here, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to today's episode. And I hope we got some things out there for people to listen to and have something for everybody to think about. So until next week, man, thank y'all. See you next week.